Okay.
We are recording now, so
Chilling
um,
like a villain.
probably not the best time to reveal deep dark secrets about yourself. Um, are we adding Gianna?
Yeah, Jana, did you add yourself yet?
Well, I have to add her.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, she's loading it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The funny thing about the webinars, when there's no one present, I guess we still have the option of going ahead and teaching the material, or um,
Mhm.
we could delete the video, right? I mean,
Can he invite me?
yeah. Can you invite?
I am inviting you right now.
Sweet.
I just sent an invite to both of your accounts because I didn't know which was which. So
Okay.
don't be hating.
Don't be hating, misappropriating. Well, today, what if we do get some viewers? I was thinking we would talk about the 7 characteristics of a healthy relationship, and I think each of these 7 things are things that we probably all would say, oh yeah, that's a good one, and we'll talk about it. So, no viewers as of yet.
No, and you can actually see too on the very bottom, the little gray bar under the chat windows. You can see in the bottom right, it'll show you how many viewers. I think we can both see that.
Oh, add apps.
But
There we go. There's something cool though about that up in the right-hand corner. It says live,
we're live. Yep.
From New York.
live from New York or Kansas City.
Did you guys watch the 40th anniversary special?
We recorded it, but was it good?
I heard a lot of comments about Kanye.
It was. Yeah, Kanye just needs to stop being in public. That would be a help to us all.
I hate
Um,
Jesus with his
no, it wasn't bad. It was better than I thought it was going to be. They did the Celebrity Jeopardy skit, which was just epic. They did the very beginning. Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon do a song that's like made up of all the catchphrases ever, and that was pretty amazing.
I bet that was good. I like Fallon.
I still.
Yeah, I think he's owning late night right now. Jenna,
Jenna.
did you get my invites?
Jana
No?
at mercychurchkc.com
No, Jenna.Gibson.
or Jenna dot
Mm,
0403
Jana.Gibson
0403 at gmail.com.
0403. Well, that's nice and catchy. Okay. Check that out. See if you just got an email.
Because if she went to the Facebook page, that would just take her to be able to just watch.
Well, if she goes there, she can watch us. But I actually sent her the invite to be a part of the
Oh.
inner circle here.
Get it?
Anything?
Nada.
Not a pinata.
I've Email. Hang on. Let me just send you the straight up link here. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay, Jana, I'm just gonna. Jana, I am Facebook messaging you the link.
Okay.
Maybe if my computer loads. Hang on, my computer's taking its time.
That's fine.
Let's see here.
Oh, here, let me just. I'm what they call pulling a Timmy. I've got way too many things going on my computer at once right now, so.
What they call pulling a Timmy. You pull a Hemi?
There it is.
Pulling a Hemi, pulling a Timmy.
We're gonna have some feedback.
Whoa, whoa, oh God, the Matrix.
If I turn mine off,
Yeah. There we go.
you're off.
I'm off.
Oh, so you
So
can still hear me though, so that's great.
No, somebody still have their sound on, maybe?
well, he hasn't tried one. He's gonna need to try.
Oh, do I need to mute my mic?
Yep. All right, Shaylee, turn off the TV. Ah,
Or turn it down, or we can move. Sorry, I'm trying to find how to shut my mic off.
it's up at the top. Mute mic.
Where is the top? Where is the top? Well, if we don't have anybody joining in, up at the top,
Oh my lord.
leave
I
call,
don't have anybody
turn off camera.
yet.
Oh, it's all muted.
Okay. Now he's muted and I'm not.
So, when I talk from here, Chris, can you hear me?
Can you still hear him when he talks over there?
Say something to me.
Yeah. Today we're going
I
to
can hear you. I can hear you.
Sweet.
Loud and clear.
Because he has to yell anyway.
That's really cool because every time that Jana talks, she's up on the screen, and then all of a sudden, when you start talking, you pop up on the screen.
Yeah. And it'll do that like, no matter how many people you have, like whoever's in the talk, it'll try to shift over to who's speaking.
Huh, that's cool. I didn't realize it actually did that. Is that weather moving in? It's windy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to snow.
So it's a snow tonight?
I don't think we're supposed to get a dusting, I think.
Oh.
No big deal.
Just a dusting, just a mere dusting.
MBD.
We're gonna have a freaking blizzard tonight.
Okay.
Timmy has added Google Effects. Oh, fantastic.
Oh Lord. Oh God. Oh, there we are. Well, if we don't have anybody here in a couple minutes, we can no word. Timmy, do you have a question?
What'd you say?
He said, "Do you have a question?"
If you don't mind, I'll just play the devil's advocate.
Oh, I don't know why this is so funny. You know, I'm thinking
There's
about
also-
information for Shaylee.
Hang on. Let me get my hipster Satan.
My hipster Satan. Shaylee. Look at Chris.
So two guys walk into a bar.
Come here. His hipster Satan.
You know what my favorite Google or my favorite company is? Yeah, I feel like I should just wear it on my face.
Harley!
What do you have on your head, Timmy? Oh, Google.
It's my Google banner.
Me,
Gotcha.
I have devil horns in a hipster beard. Seems like a pretty good combo.
Yes.
Okay.
Look, Shaylee. You see Dad?
Harley!
Okay, how do I get that off me?
I'm going to stay on the whole.
Remove all effects. There we go. Well, Chris. King.
You.
We have a viewer. We do have a viewer in all.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
Timmy can take his.
Okay, good. Well, you want me to get into the material?
Go for it.
Sweet. Well, welcome to the Midweek Online Relationship Series with Timmy, Janet, and Chris Miller. Can you hear me okay, Chris, from...
I can hear you.
Okay.
And I think we're good.
I just want to quickly talk about what I would consider the 7 characteristics or the fundamentals that every relationship or every healthy relationship should have present. And if you have any questions, feel free to type those in, and we'll address those as we go. The first one is an emotional maturity. Not that we have to be emotionally mature to be in a committed relationship, but we need to be heading that way. Emotional immaturity is definitely going to cause a lot of challenges within a relationship, because there's a high emotional charge within a relationship between a couple, and if you're not able to handle things maturely emotionally, that's going to cause some grief, no doubt. The second one is flexibility, being able to be flexible in what your ideals were, what your thoughts are, what your position is, all those things. There has to be a flexibility within a relationship for you to be able to get along. If I'm inflexible and everything has to go my way, like I like it, when I like it, how I like it, that's going to cause some pretty big tension. To me, a relationship is all about flexibility. Both of us flexing with and for each other to balance each other out. The third one, and I'll kind of jet through these, and then we can talk about them more specifically. Chris, if you have any thoughts. Number 3, the third one is humility. Of course, pride, right? The Bible says pride cometh before a fall. Pride is something that will really hinder a relationship from being healthy. If I'm prideful and I pride up against Jana and she wants to talk about something and I just get all prideful and no, this is the way it is, and do it. That's not going to be helpful, especially like if I do her wrong, if I say something I shouldn't say or do something I shouldn't do. I need to be able to be humble and to be apologize and to say I'm sorry. But if I'm prideful, I won't do that. I won't say sorry. I won't ever take a position of being imperfect. The fourth one is availability. In a relationship, you got to be available. Obviously, availability, and this goes both ways for the couple, available for time, spending time together, available for physical intimacy, available for emotional connection, available for all that stuff. In a relationship, you gotta make time to be able to be together. And then just a couple more here. The fifth one is likability. A great book I read a long time ago called The Likability Factor by Timothy. I don't know, Timothy Sanders or Tim Sanders. And it was a fascinating book. It was all about the likability factor. That some people have a likability factor. You know, people like them, and some people don't. And in a relationship, it's important to cultivate and work on being likable, being the kind of person that people like. Not that we lie or deceive to try to mischaracterize ourselves. We all have our things that we deal with, but in all ways that we can to work on, are we fun to be around? Are we nice? Are we kind? All these things are very important. 6, accountability. Of course, accountability is only as good as we are accountable. I mean, we're ultimately accountable to God, right? We should be accountable to our spouse. I teach and believe in having accountability where, Kristen, you even talked about this in your sermon, and I've touched on it too, but having people, or not just people, but having someone that we can talk to and be honest with, and that can share wisdom with us, and that's important. The last one is vulnerability. This is a key characteristic. I read a book called Hold Me Tight. I believe the author was Sue Johnson. And it was a fascinating book. We shouldn't be codependent with our spouse or our partner, but there needs to be an interdependency, a shared dependency on each other. And I need you, you need me. That a healthy dependency, not an unhealthy codependent. If you leave the house and I'm not with you, you lay in the fetal position and cry all day. That wouldn't be healthy. But vulnerability is that element of being able to be open and honest and vulnerable with our partner with emotions. I was just talking to a couple today, and this is one of the things that they struggle with. He struggles with being vulnerable with his wife. Therefore, he closes up, clams up, and keeps things buried inside and doesn't deal with it because he's not vulnerable to be able to share when he's hurting or when he doesn't feel whatever he's going through emotionally. He doesn't share it. He's not being vulnerable, and that creates a distance between them as a couple. And especially from her perspective, she feels he is very distant because he's not vulnerable. Does it make sense?
Doing great.
Is that coming through okay?
Yes. Sorry, I had myself there. Yes.
Cool. Any thoughts, Jana? Chris?
What? One of the things I would say is interesting is I think that a lot of those characteristics are really dependent upon the couple. And one of the ones you mentioned was likability. And, I think we all connect with people differently. I mean, we all have unique personalities. They have unique personalities in the way they mesh. And I cannot tell you how many times I'll be talking to somebody who's in a couple, and they'll say something to the effect of, they've got such a sweet heart, and they're such a generous, kind, just caring, soft person. And I'm like, him? Like, really? Like, him? And like they definitely, that likability comes off different to them than it does us, and I think that's part of us meshing. Yeah. And so I think it's important, like when you say likability, they don't necessarily have to be that person that everybody instantly falls in love with the moment they meet them. I think, but within the two of you, that characteristic has to be evident.
Yeah.
Chris, someone just asked they don't know how to communicate or to ask questions. can you say that real quick? Cover that.
Oh yeah, if somebody wants to ask a question, they can click that little Q&A button, and then on the sidebar over there, it'll just be a spot at the bottom that they can type in whatever they want to say, and that'll show up right up for me, and I'll let you know that it's there. So.
Cool. Yeah, because I'd like to get some questions in. Babe, do you have anything to say on the?
Well, I was just, thinking about the humility. The humility part is it's a position of your heart. So, and that's a tough one because we want to bow up whenever we want our way. So, and in Ephesians 4:2 it says, "Always be humble and gentle, be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love." And we can't hold ourselves higher than each other because we all have our faults.
Yeah. We
all have our shortcomings. And I want you to be patient with me, so therefore I have to be patient with you.
That's right.
So anyway, there's so much in those 7 points that you went through that. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Even talking about some of this stuff, kind of touching on some of the things we even talked about on Sunday. Coming to the desires versus the expectations. It is, the more I thought about that teaching, even after that, I was talking to some other people about it that really enjoyed it and they really resonated with it and said, wow, that's what that's where I feel like my relationship is. I'm expecting this, and therefore I'm feeling like she's not measuring up, or I can't live up to her expectations. And they were talking about, they felt exactly what I was talking about.
Excuse me, sorry. Sorry about that. It just came really fast.
And I think as much as we can as a couple get back over into that working together on our dreams and our expectations, our expectations of a clean house, how can we together dream and make that happen? How can we work together and dream about our financial situation? How can we work together and dream about where we want to live, where we want to travel, the kids we want to have, how we want to raise our kids. Then when our kids get old enough, we dream with our kids. I think that it's such a healthier place when we really can have that, we're together. We're going to dream together, pray together, think together. We're just going to really do everything we can to together take on the world, rather than I'm taking on the world, you're taking on the world, I just think there's a lot of power in coming together and doing everything we can to accomplish, me helping Jana accomplish her goals, her helping me accomplish my goals. Together we're helping each other and we're helping ourselves in the process. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you laughing?
Any questions yet? Maybe I should do a fake question. I know that
We have not. Do you enjoy long walks on the beach, Timmy?
I do, actually, Chris. I do. Frankly, I love the beach, very much so. What about you, Chris? Do you enjoy long runs on the beach? Have you ever run on the beach barefoot?
I have. I do. I enjoy it. So
now, this is totally sidetracked. Marathon on the beach. That'd be fun. I
think it'd be painful. The sand is soft, but it's actually a little bit hard on the legs after a while.
Yeah. Babe, is there anything that you... Oh, she just... Okay.
Well, I'm still here. I just turned off my camera because my daughter's being distracting.
Yeah, I like that. I'd put a picture up like that.
No, you're handsome. You should.
Well, let me see that list real quick.
Okay.
No pressure on those that are watching. I was just expecting a couple more questions. So last time we had more material than I was able to share because we had so many questions. So this time I prepared light so that we can do questions.
Just share from each point.
The emotional maturity piece. I heard someone say this one time, and I really just thought it was a powerful statement, and it comes from Luke chapter 2, verse 52. The Bible says that Jesus grew in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and man. I think it's important that all of us are growing spiritually, emotionally, and physically. I think that everyone should be growing as a whole person. And sometimes, when I meet people that, and this might come across a little judgmental, and I apologize if it sounds judgmental. I don't mean it to come across that way, though. When I meet someone and they have a problem with anger, and then I talk to them 5 years later, and it's like that anger is still just as much of an issue as it was 5 years before. My first thought is, okay, are you reading books? Are you seeking counseling? Are you really trying to work to get a better handle on it? Not that you'll ever completely not have anger issues anymore, but just like physical therapy, it's there. I think there are things that we can do to at least, if nothing else, have more tools to be able to deal with whatever issue that we might have. If I have a short fuse, well, that might be something that I somewhat deal with all my life, but hopefully year by year by year, I'm getting a little bit more control of it. Does that make sense? I feel that would be a part of growth. And when I think of Jesus growing in favor with God and man, and growing in stature and growing in wisdom, that comes with reading. You got to read, you got to study, you got to do something. Not kill yourself over it, but there should be some steady, slow growth to where when I see you 5 years later, it's a better version of you. Now, outside of what maybe could have transpired that sets you back. I mean, there's life is sometimes funky. But in a normal situation, I would think that year by year by year, we ought to be growing in our faith, in our emotional capacity, and physically as much as we can. Amen.
Amen. Let's go, baby. I need to cough really bad, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
We appreciate you holding off, Jana.
Well, that sneeze, that's going to set me back for a little while.
we still have the viewer, right? Because I think it's Grant. Hi, Grant.
Hey.
And Grant, if you want to, if for some reason you haven't figured out the questions, you can always text me and I'll address it. Flexibility, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. The humility, we talked about that. The availability. Actually, let me just read the scripture. 1 Corinthians 7, 3 through 5. The husband should fulfill his wife's sexual needs, and the wife should fulfill her husband's needs. The wife gives authority over her body to her husband, and the husband gives authority over his body to his wife. Do not deprive each other of sexual relations, unless you both agree to refrain from intimacy for a limited time, so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. Afterward, you should come together again, so that Satan won't be able to tempt you because of your lack of self-control. When I think about availability, and of course that scripture is strictly talking about physical intimacy. Availability has a lot more to do than just physical needs. Being available to each other to grow in the relationship. Just like I think we should grow personally, I think we should grow in our relationship with each other. And I'm telling you, when a husband and a wife are both working, when you have kids, you have dogs, you have pets, you have friends, you have life, you have to be intentional about growing that relationship with your partner. It will not really happen automatically just because you got married, because you're together, or because you're committed to each other, or because you live together. That doesn't automatically guarantee there's going to be growth in the relationship. You have to be intentional about having conversations, initiating conversations, setting aside time to have talks. You know, sometimes me and Jana will we get the kids to bed and we'll go to bed early just to talk, just to be able to have some alone time to just talk and read. You know, sometimes we've been so busy all day running around that we shut the TV off, the kids are in bed, we go up to bed, and we'll sit and read for another hour. But that being available for each other is something that you really, it's like you got to really fight for it. You got to really fight for it because life will pull you away and not give you time to do that. You know, and life's circumstances. I know when we first had our kids, we felt like, man, we're never going to get to date because our kids, they demand all of our time, and of course, feeding the kids. I mean, it's like, wow. So we had to work extra hard to get time together at that point. As I got older, it became easier, and of course, now that they're teenagers, it's parts of that's a lot easier because they can be home alone and it's fine. But then you gotta, as teenagers, you gotta be worried about when you are gone and they are here alone, what's going on. So life is a journey, right? And it's very fascinating at all points, that's for sure. Oh,
All right.
Hey Joey. Grant said Joey's on, and funny, Grant says he's illiterate when it comes to computers, and he doesn't know how to do anything. That's fine. I should get my 13-year-old son to help us. Him or of course Chris. They know computers a lot better than I do even. Chris, do you have any wisdom to sell?
Thanks for comparing me to your 13-year-old son. I appreciate that. Need to get an expert. We can get my 13-year-old son, or you, Chris. Or you, that's fine, whichever.
Or you. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, thank you, Timmy.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do to boost your self-esteem.
I hate to.
Well, I apologize, Timmy. My brain is not exactly functioning. I'm in the midst of a really heavy week of schoolwork, and so I'm a little burned out. So.
No, that's the problem. So Joey, Grant's wife, just got on and she said, "It's me, Joey. I should have been in charge." So because she knows. Oh, she knows how to do it. Oh my goodness. Well. Chris, my brain is, we've been teaching relationships all month, and I studied and worked so hard on Sunday's thing, and then worked on these 7 points. And,
right.
Like 15 minutes of that, and then all the questions coming in because I could ask questions, answer questions all night long. But unless you have any more wisdom, or Jana has any more wisdom, we could actually.
I'm all out of wisdom.
We could call it a night.
I don't have anything right at the moment, so.
So Grant and Joey, I hope that you guys are gonna be at church on Sunday. You guys are in town, I would assume. Spring break doesn't come for another couple weeks, so. I guess that's it. Chris, good hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Jana, of course, you're sitting right across the table from me. Joey, Grant, love you guys.
All right.
Glad Joey got to get on there and figure it out for Grant. Poor Grant.
We still love you, Grant.
All right.
No judgment.
Peace
All right,
out.
well.
Happy Sunday.
Bye, guys.
All right. Talk to you later.